What is going on, guys? This is Xatter here, back again with another mod review, guys. Today we got the Mack Pinnacle. It is by quite a few people who actually helped with this mod. The guy that actually posted this on the American Mods Nation group on Facebook, I will leave a link in the description below. If you guys want to go and join them, it's more or less you join and they have to accept you in there. Um, but the guy that actually posted the link for it, his name is Robert Nicholas. I'm more likely going to say his last name wrong. Zach. Probably said that wrong. But he had left a link and all that for this truck. And there's a bunch of credits for it. So I'm going to read off the credits for you guys. So Humster 3D did the base model on this. Siberius did the conversion, the AO bake, the rigging animations, overall assembly, parts rebuild, and scratch make. Corby did the extreme trucker parts. Bora did the Volvo parts off of the Volvo VNL 670. Superman, he did the sleepers, overall assembly, various parts. V2 Orbit, or Orbit, I should say, he did the engines and the transmissions, and I will tell you guys that the engines sound really great with this truck. Um, let's see what else. A.Sneed, he did the textures and add-ons. Mack Trucks is the description. TEC Leasing, big thanks to them is what it says. I'm just going off by what he had left in the credits. Devin did lots of skins. Now I do have the skins, but unfortunately they don't really show up, and I'm not sure why. It's probably on my end, but not sure why they're not showing up. And then it says it comes with each own interior variant for the cab, so you won't have a day cab and a sleeper. So I'm gonna go over everything about this truck. There's chassis options, sounds, all engines are in house. Comes with a template. I will leave a link, and there's also a link to the hotfix patch for the headache racks, which they're a little messed up, and we'll get into that a little later on. Uh, but you do whenever you do add both of them uh, into your mods, you do have to put the headache rack patch above the truck itself. So I will say that, or else it'll be all red, and then the textures will be missing. But I will also leave a list of how I have my mods in. I did it on my last mod review. I'll do it on this one too, so this will be easier on you guys. But without further ado, let's get into this customization on the Mack Pinnacle. So first off, to start, we have 5 different cabs to actually choose from. So we start off with the mid-roof sleeper, as you guys can see here. We have the day cab. We have the flat top sleeper. We have a flat top sleeper that is shorter, so you guys can see the difference there. And then we have the pinnacle sleeper, which you can see there. Now, if we go back to the day cab, we head over to chassis. We have the 4x2. We have the 6x4. Not sure why the wheel messed up there, but it's no big deal. We have another 6x4, which is a little bit longer chassis, which you guys can see the difference there. We have the 6x4 shorter, so it's about a mid-range between this one and this one. It's a little bit shorter than the normal 6x4, not the shortest one. Then we have an 8x4, so you do have the triaxle there. It is a steer axle, so hopefully in a later update that they will add in a push axle, which I think would be really nice to have. Now, if we go back into day cab, we go to flat sleeper. You can have that on there, but you only have 3 options, so you do have the 6x4, 6x4 shorter, and then the 8x4. We have the flat top sleeper, which has the same options. We have the mid-roof sleeper, which also has the same options, and then we have the pinnacle sleeper, which once again has all 3 of the same options. So those are all the chassis for the truck. We'll move over to engines. That was a nice selection of Mack trucks, Mack engines, I'm sorry. We'll start off with the Mack MP7 325E Econodyne, so 325 horsepower. And then we have a Mack MP7 325M Maxidyne. We have a Mack MP7 355E Econodyne. We have a Mack MP7 345C Maxi Cruise. We have a Mack MP7 365C Maxi Cruise. We have a Mack MP7 365M Maxi Dyne. We have a Mack MP7 395C Maxi Cruise. We'll click on that and scroll down. Comes standard with the Mack MP7 405M Maxi Dyne. Then we have the Mack MP8 415C Maxi Cruise. We have the Mack MP8 425M Maxi Dyne, and then we have the Mack MP8 445C Maxi Cruise. Just click on that so I get my bearings and where I'm at. We have the Mack MP8 455M Maxi Dyne. We have the Mack MP8 505M Maxi Dyne. The Mack MP8 505C Maxi Cruise. The Mack MP10 510 or 515, sorry, M Maxi Dyne. And then we have the Mack MP10 525C Maxi Cruise. The Mack MP10 555M Maxi Dyne, the Mack MP10 565C Maxi Cruise, and we have the Mack MP10 605C Maxi Cruise. So those are all the engines that you could choose from. Now, something I normally don't do is go through all the engines because normally with other truck mods that I do, they're pretty much all the same engines. But these are all new, so I will go through quite a bit of them. I'll try not to go over some of the same ones, but we'll see how it goes. We might just go through them all real quickly. Just do a startup and shutdown. Once again, I still don't have any pedals or any steering wheel, so I can't rev the engine for you guys, unfortunately. But we will go through, and we will start with this one with the Mack MP7 325E Econo Dyne engine. Moving over to transmissions. Now we got quite a bit of transmissions here, and I did notice with the 18 speed down here that it, I don't know, it's a little odd trying to shift. It like revs really high before it actually shifts. So just wanted to point that out there. But we do have the Eaton 4 10 speed with the 285. We have the Eaton 4 13 speed with a 308. We have a Mack M Drive 12DD with 373. A Mack M Drive 12 OD with a 373. We have a Mack M Drive HD 12 DD with 373. We have the Eaton 4 18 speed with a 308. And we have the Mack M Drive HD 12 OD with a 373. A Mack M Drive HD 13 DD with 373. A Mack M Drive HD 13 OD with a 373, and then we have the Mack M Drive HD 14 OD with a 373. Now I'm going to pick that transmission. Maybe later on where I will show the difference between this Mack transmission and the Eaton 4 with the engine and all that. So moving on to the interior. Now they did say, if you look up here, it does say Pinnacle Sleeper. So by the way, this is also the inside interior, which is very nicely done. There's no steering wheel at the moment, but whenever we get to the accessories for the interior, you can change it, which is great. So there's the inside of the cab. We scroll around to the back. Here's the sleeper part. So each one has its own custom interior, which is nice. So I will go back to the day cab, and I will go back and show you guys the interior. So here's the modern interior for it. See out there. And we'll go to the flat top sleeper. We'll do the flat top sleeper short, which I believe is still the same. Then we have the mid-roof sleeper. So you got the mid-roof sleeper there. And then back to the Pinnacle, which you guys have already seen, but I'll show it again. Right there. I do like how everything is very, very detailed in here. I believe these gauges over here and up here, I believe they are fixed, so I don't believe they actually animate and function, but we will test that out. Moving over to the paint jobs, we'll scroll up here. Now these are the skins, but for some reason I don't know why they're not working for me. I don't know what the problem is with that. I will have to look into that and try to figure it out. But we do have the ABC Supply Company, which you can see those template. So, and then we have the basic colors, which still isn't fixed. If we do this, can see that it's still not showing up right. And we have skin 1, skin 2, skin 3, skin 4, and skin 5 are all the same. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what happened, so I can't really decide on that. But we do have olive green, velocity red, autumn orange, black knight, blue sapphire, which is a basic paint job for the truck whenever you go to buy it, orange metallic, which is very nicely done. You have custom color, which if we go over here, see that we could choose any color, which is nice. Custom metallic color, and we'll do the first one, and do the second one. Alright, so you can see that they both work, and we will do the last one, which you can see here and over here that it does all work nicely. So it is very nicely done. Actually, I'm going to change the chassis back to that. There we go. We're going to do a custom color here. Let's see. Go with that one. Keep that. So go with this kind of a green for today. I think it fits the Mack very well, in my personal opinion. Moving over to the accessories now. He did say, the guy that did post this, he did say that there isn't a lot of accessories, just because they took a long time on this, but they did want to have it out for Christmas, which was nice. But they didn't want to overwhelm it with with all the accessories and all that. But there are quite a few bit of accessories to choose from. But they just wanted to make it for now just a normal driving truck that would kind of be like a basic truck in the game. So that's why they did that, which I think is not a bad option at all to go, or to go down that route for now. Because I know people have been waiting a long time for this truck. Myself, personally, have been waiting for a Mack to be in this game that is actually done right, and this truck is just phenomenal. But anyway, moving on, we'll go up here to the cabin deflectors. So we do have a roof deflector, as you can see there, which adds on the aero kit, and then we have a non-deflector top. If we do hit yes, it does take it back off. So those are the two there. Moving on down to the sun visors, we only have two. We have the stock and the chrome, which actually do not show up on this truck really, because they are up underneath the sun shield there. I mean, they're up there. You can see that they're there. We can do that one as well. So you can see that, or you could take it off, because it does have an overhang from the whole sleeper itself. Now, if we go back in here and choose the flat top sleeper, and we go to the accessories, you can see the difference there. So there's the painted one, and then you have the chrome one there, so you guys can see the difference there. Alright, put the sleeper back on. Go back down to this. Right. We have exterior, interior. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be for, but it does have an exhaust, but I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to do. Moving down to the mirrors. So we have 3 different mirrors. So we do have chrome type 2, which is a double mirrors like that. We have chrome, and then we have stock, like that. So they're painted chrome, or you can pick the chrome type 2. I'm going to leave them on stock. Down here, we do have the driver's plates, which no one really puts on. Moving on down to the front mirrors, we do have the left hood mount mirror there, and if we go to the right side, we have the right one there. So you could add those on there if you so like. Moving on down to here, we have the bug deflector. So if we click on it, it does add a nice bug deflector around the truck, if you so happen to want to put it on. But I personally don't like it too much, so I'm going to take it off. Moving on down to the bumpers. There's 5 different bumpers. Why they have the sleeper deflector on there, I'm not sure. But it's still beta. Still a lot of work that still needs to be added to it. So it'll be probably coming in a future update to have this all fixed. but it's no big deal. It comes with the standard bumper, as you can see there. We have the black work bumper, which is all black. We have a chrome bumper, a gray bumper, and a standard bumper. And then we have another standard bumper, so you can see the difference between the two there. I'm going to go with the chrome bumper. Like that, I think it looks nice on the truck. Now, unfortunately, we can't add any lights on this at all. So, how the truck is how it is. The only lights that you can really do are up here that come with the sleeper, or if we go back one more time over to here, and we go up here, we have cabin lights, which we can add lights on here. I mean, you could try to add a horn, but as you can see there, looks funky. But it has its own custom horn. But if you wanted to add the bullet lights on there, you can. Do this real quick to show you guys. So if you wanted to do this, you could do it like that. You can see that. Right, go back to the sleeper. Oop. And there we go. Alright. So moving on down here, we do have the side skirts. So here's the stock side skirts. Then we have the full chassis fairings, which you can see there. And then we have stock gray. So the stock gray and the stock, you can see that it changes the fender part right there, or the mud flap, I guess you would say, from gray or black. And then you have the full chassis fairings there. But we're actually going to take them off, because over here we have fuel tank. So we have aluminum tanks with a black DEF tank right there. We have just fuel tanks. We have polished tanks with the black DEF, so you can see that now that they're polished. And then we have the polished tanks with the polished DEF tank, like so. So you could have them showing like this, or once again, you can go to the side skirts and put the full fairings on the side like that to make it more aerodynamic. Since this is more of a, I guess, an aerodynamic type, we will leave it like this. Actually, we'll go back up here and we will put the roof deflector on like that. There we go. Now it's more aerodynamic. Gonna go to the front wheels. Nothing's really changed with this. I didn't see any new wheels that they added to it, so it just has the stock Seagull, but we will add the Alcoa Disc Standard on here. It's from Viper, so it does work. We'll add that on there. Go to Alcoa Chrome right there, and Bridgestone for Alcoa. Alright, moving on to the back side, we do have the headache rack, so there are 3 different ones you could choose from. So here's the plate, here's the Marriott headache rack, you can see there, and then we have the simple headache rack, which is that there. Now, whenever we do put the exhaust on, I will leave one of these on. I'll leave this one on. I'll show you guys a problem. There's actually another problem you can see there with the hoses. So if we go, if I can find it, there's the airline hose option around here. I don't know where it's at. Let's see. It's not showing up. I'm not sure why, but there is an option to change the airlines. There we go. So there's the airlines there. So actually get rid of the rack. I can't find the option for the rack. It's a bit confusing. There's the rack. We'll get rid of that. And then there's the airlines. Okay, so here's the first airlines. There's type 1, and then there's type 2. But regardless of which one that you choose, they do kind of clip through the headache rack. So if we do this headache rack, you can see it kind of clips through it like that. And then we'll move over to the exhaust, and we have exhaust 1, and then the caliber, and then we have the SCR Eco, which is underneath the truck somewhere. Well, if we take off the rack, which we put the plate on there, we go back over to the exhaust, so you can see the exhaust there. Caliber, actually it's not even under the truck. So it's still the same. So the Caliber and the SCR Eco are exactly the same. And then here's the first one. See this? So it does have a nice brace that does hold up the stack, which I think is really nice. Like so. But unfortunately, like I said before, if you do want to have a headache rack on here, it will clip through it like that. You can see it goes right through the rack. I mean, you could have it on there, but it just looks a little out of place, that's all. So moving on here, we have the fenders. We only have two fender options to choose from. So we have the chrome quarter fenders, and then we have the plastic quarter fenders there. So those are the only two that you could choose from. We will change out the back wheels to the Alcoa standard, so we will do that. Let's see. Exclusive chrome. And the Bridgestone. And we'll do it for the rear one. Alright, there we go. Moving on to the back, we do have three mud flap options. So we have the standard mud flaps, which is the TEC equipment, which also helped out with this truck. Then we have the TEC mud flaps, as you can see there. Do that, like that. And then we have white mud flaps, which are actually Mack mud flaps, like that. So that's a very nice touch. I do like that a lot. So those are the three different mud flaps you could choose from. I do believe that is everything option-wise with the truck on the outside. So we'll just look at all these real quick just to make sure. Yes, and it does seem to be that is it. So moving on to the inside accessories, there isn't much at all. I mean, the inside is very, very well done. So I do appreciate that a lot. This has been a long time waiting for this truck, so I'm glad that they did take their time on this. It really did come out nice. I did also notice too, whenever you do have a steering wheel on here, that you can't actually change the position of it, whether going up and down or the tilt. So that may be coming in a future update, hopefully. Be nice to see that. But we do have two wheels that actually did come with it. So we do have the Pinnacle wheel here, and we have a stock Mack wheel, which is the same except it just has a wood grain finish. And then you have all your other wheels you could choose from if you do have the Creations pack. So, well, actually not all of them. So we do have Classic Combo, Classic Leather, Classic Truck Color, Pinion Leather, Pinion Mahogany, Pinion Polyurethane, and then the Pinion Truck Color. So those are the only ones that you could choose from. It doesn't have every single wheel that comes with the Creations pack, so maybe that'll happen later on. But we are going to go with the Pinnacle wheel here to match the Pinnacle truck. So I believe that's everything with the truck itself. Once again, like I said, I will go through. There is a lot of different engines. We'll go through them real quick as fast as we can, just to do the startup and shutdown of them, of each one. So we will confirm this. We will trade in. Ready? Alright, so go to the outside, get rid of this. So we will start the truck up here. Very nice startup. So I believe all of them do sound like that, because I know that the very last engine does start up like that. But we will just drive around real quick with this. Nice slow reversing. Do the lights here. So there's the lights. A little hard to see. What's that? And we got the high beams. So I'm not sure if that's an issue with their side with the lighting on the headlights like that, but I mean they still work. It's just a little hard to see. Do the turn signals. So do the left side. Let's see. See it there? Turn off the lights a little bit. And then you have the blinker underneath the door there, so you can see that. And then there's the headache rack. And then you also have the ones on the back on the rear plate. And then you go to the right side. You can see that that all works there, which is very nice. And then we'll put back on the lights. So you can see that the top ones work there up in the visor. So it's very nice. And also on the rack itself, you have the 3 little ones there in the back. Test out the horn. So the horn's custom, which I do like a lot. That stock horn that comes with all these other trucks is quite bland, so having a nice custom horn with this truck is just phenomenal. I do like how they repositioned the license plate to make it a little lower. Just add a little bit of detail to it. So we'll go back in here. Put this on. See the headache rack also acts as brake lights, which is nice. We'll go back in here. Go back to the upgrade shop. So that was the Econo dyne, so now we'll do the Maxi dyne from that. Start this one up too. And for some reason also too, I just noticed that you can see that the wheel, that one is the only one that stayed, but the front wheel and the last one, they kind of got swapped around back to the original. So that is another little bug that I noticed before too on my own personal account. But we will back this up and then drive it back forward. Alrighty here. Go back into the engines. Let's see. We'll do the Maxi Cruise now. See if there's any real subtle differences between them. We'll start it up. They all seem to start the same, so did notice that. Alright, I am going to change the transmission out to the 18 speeds just so I can show you guys the difference here between the different transmissions. Alright, let's see, MP7, let's see, we'll do MP8 now. We'll do the Maxi Cruise, the MP8. See that the 18 speed still has 3 reverse options there, and if we go forward, you see it wanted to shift. Actually, take it around this real quick. So you can see that it does, because it is an 18 speed, so it will take a little bit longer to actually shift, especially if you have, well, you have no option to have any other engine besides a Mack engine. So preferably you'd put a Mack engine with a Mack transmission. That's just how it would normally work. So that's what you would normally want to go with. But I'm going to go with the Mack M-Drive HD 14OD, so I'm going to leave that on there. So it does seem like all these engines are like they are all sounding the same. So unfortunately, I'm not going to go through all of them. Let you guys do that on your own. Just wanted to see if there was really any subtle differences between them all. But they seem to be starting up the same. And like I said, I can't rev the engine up for you guys, unfortunately. So that is a bummer. I really wish I could, but I can't. Actually going to go back in here and change the wheels back to what they were at. But yeah, like I said, I really wish I could change, or not change. I really wish I could rev the engine up, but I can't, unfortunately. There's just nothing I could do about that. So, sorry about that. Alright, we'll get this underway as soon as we get this all fixed. And there we go. And let's see, where's it at? Oh, that's the one. Alright, good. Alright. Now we'll confirm this. Alright, so we will start this back up. Alright, and we will drive down the road. And come back. Get a ticket here. I thought that was a cop back there. Let's see here. Put the Jake brake on. Ready. And we'll wait to turn around here. Surprisingly, we didn't get a ticket. I thought that was a cop, but we didn't. So, flip around here. Let you guys listen to the outside. Alright, put the Jake brake on. Alrighty. I know I can't think of his name right now, but the guy that does make the straight piped engines on Steam Workshop, like the Cummins ISX and the Caterpillar engines, maybe he'll make a straight pipe Mack. I think that'd be pretty neat to have. Can only hope so. Alrighty, so we'll shut the truck down. Alrighty. Well, this is the Mack Pinnacle. Thanks to Robert for leaving the link for everyone in the American Nations mod group on Facebook. I will leave a link in the description below. So you guys can go join them if you want, but I will also leave a direct link to the mod and the headache rack fix. Just remember to put the headache rack above the truck itself, or else it will, I mean, they'll still be there, but they will be red, so the texture will be a little messed up, just so it'll all work out nicely. You guys can see back there. A couple bugs, like I said, whenever we went back inside and came back out, the tires did they did go back to the normal Seagull ones, except for the inside tire there. Also, we're here with the stack going through the headache rack and the airlines, so that does need to be fixed. I am sorry for the lighting, the sun's going down. But those do need to be fixed in a later update. Or they might even be fixing it now. I'm not even sure. Um, but yeah, for future updates, I really hope that they do add an 8x4 push axle. I think it'd be pretty neat to have for a day cab truck. Maybe a couple more stacks. Don't know what that exterior interior thing is. I'm not sure. It has a smokestack next to it. I'm not sure what it's for. Um, but other than that, really, I mean, this truck is just phenomenal. And we'll go back on the cab on the inside here. Actually, we'll fix our seating. So we'll back up here a little bit. As you can see, H button doesn't do nothing either. This is G, V, or B. So they don't really do nothing. We'll back up here a little bit. Ooh, so you guys can take a look down here. So it is very nicely done. They got the shifter in there. You know, the Mack on the floor mats there. Parking brakes, which are nice. Comes up on the screen there. Turn the truck back on. So you guys can see that there. Turn the lights off. So you can see the interior lights. So everything's very nicely done. I do like it a lot. So, like I said, I will leave a link in the description for the truck and for the headache rack. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a thumbs up. Comment if you have anything to say. I will reply. I will also leave a list of how I have my mods set up for the truck, so you guys don't have any problems with it. It's just what I did personally, because I know I was asked before. And I'm probably going to start doing it from now on, putting it in my videos just so, you know, it doesn't get asked again. I don't know how to do the Google Drive thing and all that and do the whole chart, but I will leave a list in the whole description below. Also, subscribe if you are new to the channel. I am Xatter. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, take care.